Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk other face of boxing news. Canelo Alvarez, who I don't like to talk about much because, don't have much positive to say because it's not about Canelo himself. It's about also the movement, the things that we allow. And, so those things are what you really are trying to address. But Canelo Alvarez in the boxing world right now, you probably have heard it. I'm not sure. But hey, he's to make a big announcement tomorrow. So Canelo Alvarez got a big announcement to make. So when we're looking at that, right, we like, hey, you know something? What is that gonna be? Canelo got a big announcement, right? So I'm thinking, well, Canelo can't really make a big announcement as far as I'm concerned. Me personally, because I kind of watch how things develop when it comes to Canelo, and I've, been talking about him for years now. The biggest thing that people probably would think would be retirement, right? And retirement for me right now is not a big announcement. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think that that's it's very possible that that could happen right now is, yeah, a retirement. Because the walls are closing in on the man. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to have to fight somebody, you're going to have to fight somebody. Saying that you're about to fight Jamal Charlo or Jaime Munguia, that's not a big announcement, right? Even if you say I'm going to fight Terrence Crawford in September, it's not a big announcement. Retirement is not a big announcement to me, right? Because I think that's what he's going to do. Because the big announcement for me, so you can know where I'm going with this real quickly here, is if he would say, I'm going to fight David Benavidez in May. That's a big announcement. I'm going to fight David Morrell in May. That's a big announcement. I'm going to readdress Dimitri Bivol. I ain't going to have him running around here thinking he's awesome. Those would be big announcements to me. Even Demetrius Andrade, as far as I'm concerned, bring him in May. Something like that, a hard fight in May. That would be a big announcement. Saying I'm retired, because when you retire, that's what the boxers doing nowadays. Here's something hard in my face coming up real soon that I might have to do. Let me just retire for a year or something, which I'm out anyway, and then just say I'm going to come back, or we just seen with Shakur Stevenson just saying I'm retired because he was upset about something. We've seen Teofimo Lopez say that every couple of few days when he's confronted with some things, right? Which I'm gonna probably have to do a video about Teofimo Lopez, the fighters he don't want to fight. They have nothing really in common, but except one thing. But that's a whole different thing. Bottom line is, yeah, I don't know what Canelo could say that is a real big news. If he's saying he's retired, yeah, would think he would say he was retired right about now, right? Because there's nothing really but big fights against formidable opponents that would really get the juices flowing from people right now. You know what I mean? That Jaime Munguia, they can keep saying that's going to be big, but it's not really going to, right? And, and Jamal Charlo, not right now. Would have been back in the day, or if you give him a couple of fights to see if he's back, yeah, but not right now. So there's really nothing for him to say. And I'm going to say something too. The fact that some of these mainstream debate shows and mainstream media have over the years not ever have to call Canelo out on stuff, right? Because, they're mainstream and they're told what they have to say on mainstream media. It's obvious now. People, if you don't really realize that, then, certain things they won't talk about, right? That's like, how can an American fighter like Demetrius Andrade stay in obscurity? With all these debate shows. Somebody would come on there and say, we're inviting the dude that Canelo don't want to fight on here. And he's a champion, by the way. 2-division champion. Never would happen. So, it's told. There's a certain narrative that certain stations want you to talk about. If it's politics, sports, whatever. So you got to look at, TV with a grain of salt. But the problem now is you got people out there podcasting, right? Now, and the mainstays are greedy. They seen other people out there podcasting, people with no names and stuff, podcasting, talk about stuff. And, hey, well, shoot, let's get that money too. Even though we're in the mainstream, let's come in that money. But to go there in the podcast realm, then you might have to start talking about the truth. You see? See, and there's the things that come. I seen some the other day. I think Stephen A. and your boy Shannon Sharp. I think I didn't watch it, but I think I saw a title where they were supposed to be going in on Canelo, for example. That doesn't happen on mainstream TV. Not like the going in on like what you talk about, who he's about to fight and this and that. I know that mainstream will say a little something about it because the person that he's avoiding in David Benavidez is still not Demetrius Andrade, but it's the same thing. But at least we're getting there. You got to take what you get, right? So they're noticing it a little bit now, and people are talking about it, on these podcasts and other things, YouTube channels where people are, inviting people who, have more to say in the realm of boxing. So therefore, the things that Canelo is up to, more people are finding out. And if you say something about it, you're not a racist or something like that, or a hater or something like that. In facts, when mainstreams people are talking about the facts all of a sudden, because they're trying to get into the podcast realm or in it, the truths are coming out. And that's that simple. So Canelo Alvarez, damn, he's like, what is he going to do right now? What is Canelo going to do? You want to really fight Jaime Munguia after you said you want to fight Mexicans and see, and get the feedback, and it's not going to sell that much? Is PBC going to keep losing money, pay all the money to Canelo, and nobody else going to get paid? And he still ain't gonna fight. You got David Benavidez signed, but he ain't gonna fight him. Just like when he was at the Zone and Demetrius Andrade was right over there at the Zone, and he still ain't gonna fight him. You still can't tell him what to do. So at the end of the day, how many more fights can you keep selling and losing money on Canelo? And so therefore, there's nothing but big fights out there that he would probably have to take. So retiring is not something that I'm not expecting. That's something I'm expecting. What would be big here, Doma Sports Talk, would be, I'm about to fight Dave Morrell. I'm about to fight Dave Benavidez. I'm about to fight, forget their unification between Bivol and Beterbiev. I'm going to knock Bivol's head off. Those three things, those would be big. Everything else is expected. So let's see what it is. Dome Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.